let's just go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode. Now, Yandy, I was kind of happy, excited, glad you found you a new storyline. Hoping you can have another extended family member. You can add a family member, find you something to do besides Mendices in prison and his annual phone calls that they like to show on video. Like, we give a good goddamn you talking to Mendices, though. But I was happy and excited for you, but I knew it was gonna be, a little bit of trouble with you and this girl, meaning that she's a runaway, and she's one of those hardcore runaways. Like when sound like she a little bad little girl though, but hopefully you can straighten her out or whatever. And I'm not surprised or shocked she lied to you or tried to make this story sound good enough for you. Like, all kids lie. I ain't gonna say everybody kids lie, but all kids lying. Yeah, she fed you a load of bull. Cause what that mama said, yeah, I used to do this and I used to do this, and then I sent over there to her grandma's house who was raising her. And anybody know that you around your grandma or living with your grandma? I was living with my grandma and my mom at the same time. My grandma was strict as hell. My mama wasn't that strict though, but yeah, them grandmas are strict with that behind, and they quick to wear you out too with a switch or whatever though. But I'm pretty sure she couldn't handle that if she wasn't used to that. So of course she ran away. She had you thinking that she was in the foster home, staying in the foster home ever since she was younger, up until now when she ran away. So she ran away from her grandma's house and ended up running into Yandy arms and basically the way Yandy was saying it was, Infinity don't like her mama, said she wasn't didn't have time for her or whatever, and she wasn't ever around for her. The typical stuff a kid to say about somebody that try to make it like she gave you a sweet deal, Yandy. And I hope this deal don't be too sweet for you, and I hopefully you'll hang through and help her change her life around or whatever, because as she a chronic runaway like she is, and she a little rough around the edges or whatever, um, you might not never find the might not never you might not never hear the truth of that story or get the real tea of what's going on, cause she's saying one side, her mama saying another side, and basically got mad and ran away again because you went and saw her mama behind her back and she didn't appreciate that. So now she done ran away, got you looking for her, got her calling her and all this and all that. And yeah, and I hope this works out for you. Like, I know you kind of put your neck out there. I'm glad you got custody of the girl until you do the emergency custody hearing. You got it in 2 days, and now she able to stay with you the legal way, not the illegal way. So hopefully this will work out for you and all good, and hopefully you can help her find another way to vent or whatever besides running away from her problems. And that's what it sounds like she doing, running away from her problems all the time. And basically, when somebody get rough on her or give her rules or restrictions, she like any normal teenager that don't like that stuff. Hell, I was a teenager and I knew all that, and I couldn't stand under the rules or the restrictions. So I can understand that, but I ain't never ran away like you did. Like, hopefully Yandy get through to her and help her out and help her start running away or whatever. Um, that's about all I want to say about that whole Yandy situation. Judy Harris, Judy, you really got to go find you something to do. You pushing 60s, you pushing 60, aren't you? Why don't you go pick up knitting, bowling or something with your spare time? Like, you on this show you on this show and seem like you come at the wrong time possible. Like what Yandy was doing with that girl was trying to help the girl out, trying to give the girl a better life or help her have a better life from when she had a shitty, you know, growing up or whatever. Like you don't appreciate nothing, do you, Judy? And like Yandy said, those are my kids. You're just the grandmother. They know each other. What the hell are you talking about? Like, Judy, you need to go find you a hobby. Go pick up bowling. Go take us to an old lady swimming class or a senior citizen swimming class or something. Go knit. Go play bingo. Go drive buses or something. You really need to stop being on this show, Judy. And the fact that you don't see that Yandy trying to do a good thing out of this to make something positive out of it, and then you go talk about some, well, what do you want? I don't know if I trust her. I checked her Instagram. Look like she living a good life. And you got her around my grandchildren and all this and all that. And how do you know she in trouble? And I don't want her bad influence going off on my grandchildren. Like, Judy, go play in a hole or something. Like, you really need to go find you something to do and stop coming on Love It. You is one annoying ass old lady. And I don't know disrespect no old people, but you one of those that that's a pain in my ass. You really are. Like with the whole baby mama drama and all that. Can we have a whole season without you being on it, please? Like, the fact that you don't want to hear Yandy's side of it, the fact that you don't see that Yandy doing a good thing, you just thinking about your grandkids, how this gonna affect them and that. Like, why would you even come at Yandy like that, like you got a right? Grandparents don't have rights. I hope you know that. So keep on bothering Yandy, and your grandkids, your grandchildren, you better hope man DC be able to convince Yandy to let you keep on playing around, Judy. Cause I don't know what you like. You could have saved all that really, like, you could have said your opinion or whatever about it, and you wouldn't give her a chance. This little young girl, and like, Judy, you have to be the dark cloud over everything positive, don't you? And you know I'm not a Yandy fan, but yet I'm being positive for Yandy and hoping this work out for her in the best way possible, and she can help this girl grow up to be to grow up and be somebody productive in the system, be a productive citizen of the community and go to college and do what she got to do and make something of herself. And then here come your dark cloud ass come showing up the Yandy house, getting all over her head, pissing all over her hair with your dark cloud. Like, Judy, you really need to go find you something to do with your time and your energy, cause you too busy up Yandy behind worrying about Yandy doing. Yandy, you do overshare too much on social media, so that's how Judy know what you was doing, cause you do overshare. I followed you on Twitter and I unfollowed you a week after, cause you were working on my nerves, so you do overshare and you do take pictures too much. I don't know if you doing this for bragging rights or whatever about this girl, but you do overshare too much, and now Judy sitting up here acting like she's somebody PR detective trying to tell you what you doing this and how to raise your kids and all this. Like, I'm done with the situation. Judy, you need to go find you a old senior citizen hobby. There's plenty of things out there for your age that you can't be doing besides being up in Yandy ass trying to be a spy for Mendeecees. Tell Mendeecees ass to stay out of prison and he can watch his own woman. That's all I want him to do. Every year he was going in and out of prison. So if you still trying to be a spy for him, go find you a better hobby. Hell, old people like you play bingo anyway. Why don't you go play a game of bingo for money or something? Go do something else besides worrying about what Yandy doing and hoping she ain't cheating on your son, your no good ass son. That's what you need to do. Joe and Jen. Joe go see Dr. Jen and basically, see, I ain't know too much about Joe, so I knew he had of another son, but I didn't know he was not involved in his older son life, and basically the son grown now all of a sudden, and he didn't have no input or no he basically have no input in the child life, and now the boy 18, 19 now. I didn't know that about Joe. It's been so long since he was on this show that I completely forgot about half of his life. I did know, however, he had the addiction problem. I remember some parts of him throughout all the seasons of Love and Hip Hop, but I didn't know he wasn't involved in his older son life or middle son age or whichever son he was talking about with Dr. Jen. Dr. Jen gonna get you all the way together like she got you all the way together with your addiction. She gonna help you and sin get y'all shit together. So I'm glad that you kept Dr. Jen's number. I'm glad that you still using her as a tool, cause Dr. Jen is the best of the best. If y'all notice, she been around for a very, very long time on VH1. She ain't had no shows on VH1 lately, but you see her on basically every reality TV show. So she good. She might not got a show on VH1 quite yet, or one probably coming into work somewhere though. But if y'all see Dr. Jen, she is the best, and I'm glad that Joe still got her number and can talk to her. And basically, he told her that he was scared that him and Sin, that he fell in love with his best friend Sin. And basically, they've been going out. She ended up getting pregnant. He got a child. They going through some problems. She got postpartum depression. He busy working and all this and can't take no days off. And basically, what he afraid of is that if Sin leave him, he basically gonna get the same treatment that the first baby mama gave him, and don't let him have any input in his daughter's life. So basically, that's what he was scared of. And Dr. Jen said, "Okay, now let me talk to Sin and see what's up with her, and let's do a one-on-one." So they did a one-on-one. To find out she probably or probably don't have postpartum depression, and also pulled out of her dad when she was a baby or young or somewhere between those lines, that she got sexual abuse. She was abused as a child, and a postpartum depression and dealing with that, and probably that's what making her postpartum more harder for her, cause of that being a child and she was abused, and the postpartum on top of that not helping, and she needs somebody to talk to. So like I said, Dr. Jen for to get both of them together. And like I said, y'all need professional help, and this show ain't gonna be able to help y'all out. And I'm glad that you reached out to somebody that can help y'all out. And I'm glad that y'all getting along well. Almost getting along, but we're almost getting along, or better yet, this close from getting along and getting stuff right together. Cause Joe spending more time with Sin, he said. He had planned the whole date night with her. She went out. He was supposed to go. He didn't go. He stayed home, had her mama watching the baby. He basically planned a whole night with her, where she ended up at the club partying a half a night. And when she came home, he was knocked out in the bed. And basically, you should feel shitty for that, though, saying, though, you've been begging and pleading this man for. Well, like Remy said it right, y'all both was wrong. You was supposed to go out with her, Joe. You ended up staying home preparing after she got done partying. You should have went out with her that night and had fun, then come home to the love making later. Like, you should have at least went out, even if you just sat down by the wall and sat at the wall and just drunk. You should have just, well, not drank water or soda or something. You should have just went out with her that night and had a little fun. Probably convinced her to come home. We home alone. Ain't no kid there. Let's have fun. She been begging for sex. She been begging to spend time with you. Now you didn't giving her all this. So y'all will work it out. I'm still rooting and I'm still cheering. I'm still rooting and cheering for y'all. And I'm glad that Dr. Jen helped y'all get some type of breakthrough. Cause like I said, this show is not going to help y'all out. Y'all need some professional help. Meaning that this check might look good, but it ain't going to help y'all relationship relationship, or y'all almost marriage, or she just waiting for the moment. You waiting for her to change for you can propose to her. Like, I'm glad you getting the help that both of y'all need, because y'all both need the help, and I'm glad that y'all finally doing it. So, good job on that. Sydney starring Jonathan. So Sydney Star and Jonathan, they know each other. They met at some place and they fell in love instantly with each other. And now they best friends. Basically, Jonathan telling Sydney telling Jonathan about Rich working for Rich, doing this and that, and also Nia Lee helping her with her craft, and that she helping me with my style and my rap and all this. And she said she want to be the next Cardi B. Yeah, that'll be a chilly day in here, but okay, Sydney, let's run with that though. But she said she gonna be the next Cardi B, and y'all will do anything for a scene. Like, really? You got your ass up on the bar with your legs crossed, up there calling yourself rapping, and Jonathan sitting up there like, oh Lord, when it's over, oh Lord, she's still going, and Jonathan wasn't impressed, and he wasn't impressed, and he wasn't gonna embarrass you. And I also bust out laughing in the confessional. I guess they wanted him to say something else about the scene he just saw. I asked him about the scene, and he said, I'm sorry, I can't, I won't. Sydney, I'm sorry. So I'm glad that you didn't talk behind her back, and I'm glad that you also, well, you did kind of talk about her behind her back with her whole makeup and all that though, but I'm glad you didn't bash her music like Rich and the other ones doing. So you do, I can tell that you really care for her or whatever. So that's good to see him. Basically, Jonathan said he don't know Nia Lee, and she was at the script club. He was a little makeup artist. He used to do her makeup behind the backstage before she get on the pole. Now they know each other. Now they friends, and that's when Jonathan invited Sydney to his little makeup thing, and that went completely left. And Sydney, you ain't gonna make it nowhere in the world with your attitude. You're not gonna make it, baby. If you can't understand, Nia Lee wasn't dissing you at all, or your clothes, or your hair, or none of that. She just was telling you, if you gonna make it in any world of music, modeling, or anything else, if you ever notice, some people start off looking a certain way, then when you see them, they go another way. Yeah, that's the people, they artists, they managers telling them to change. Just cause Rich telling you to change your style around don't mean that you dressed up like a bum. Just mean you need to bring some more flavor or a better style to yourself. And the fact that you don't get that, and I know Nia Lee ain't no fashionista out there, and she ain't got no room, cause she do be looking kind of messy too with her hair and all that, but yeah, and you up there drawing at Nia Lee and all that, just messing with you, Sydney, you did too much. You was doing absolutely too much. Like, you'll learn one day. Maybe fate need to come pop you in the top of your head, and maybe you'll get yourself together or something, cause Sydney Star, you did everything wrong and you don't appreciate nothing, and basically told Nia Lee and her clothes to go to hell, and you'll learn soon enough. You'll learn that you gonna have to go by somebody's rules, or you ain't gonna never make it. Rich and his family drama. Now, Rich, I knew you wasn't shit, ain't shit, but you just proved a different type of ain't shit. You ain't that miracle. Rich, you'll let with anything that'll have sex with you, I see. Like, you could have found better to have your child. Like, I got no words for you, and I got no words for her. She's sitting up here about to kill people, talking about self-defense. They had the nerves and the audacity to have her daughter have him in the back seat bleeding and you in the car taking him to the hospital after she done shot him, involving her daughter into this crime. And now she may or may not go to prison for a year or so, however long this. Y'all, both of y'all ain't shit. I can't and will not with Rich. I knew you was a low down dirty old man. Miracle, I didn't think much of you, but you just as worse as Rich. Like, Rich, you attached your star to her, and now she involving your 19-year-old daughter in a crime scene. Self-defense or no self-defense. If you gonna commit a crime, where your girlfriends at? Where your sisters at? Where the neighbor at? Like, why would you involve your daughter? What the hell is wrong with this woman? Involving your 19-year-old daughter, college already hard as hell enough and stressful enough. Now, why would you want to put your 19-year-old daughter in your crime with you? Yeah, she ain't pulled the trigger. Yeah, she wasn't there when it happened, but the fact that you came out your mouth telling your daughter to put the man, I guess she helped you put the body in the car with him bleeding in the back seat, or he must have held this chest and went and jumped in the back seat while your daughter drive y'all to the hospital for him to get stitched up, knowing that you can mess up your life and your daughter's life before her life. Rich, you ain't shit. Miracle, you ain't. Ooh. I just cannot and will not with y'all. Like, and Rich, you already done failed your daughter. Like, you knew Miracle was a piece of work. You know this. I remember what, season 9? Season 8, where you talking about something, you want your daughter and you want to spend more time with your daughter. You want custody of your daughter. You failed your daughter, Rich. You need to get your daughter away from her crazy mother. Like, I don't know no type of mama with a brain or a conscience can put their daughter through some mess like that. And the poor girl is shaken by that. Because you can tell when they was telling her about it, because they was sitting there talking and she wasn't in the room, and you might as well go ahead and tell her because she going to find out eventually. And the fact that you was telling her about it, she said, oh my God, I remember that. It's just like it was happening all over again. Like, you done shooking that little poor 19-year-old girl to her core being. I don't even much want to talk about it no more. But Rich, you ain't shit. Miracle, you ain't shit neither for that one. Like, where your good girlfriends at? Where your sister? Where your brother? Hell, get the neighbor. Anybody. Why would you put your daughter involved in? I am so done. Anyways, though, y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, night. Bye.